You brought up another good point of just coaching in general, and I just like you. If left by myself, sometimes I'm thinking, you know what? I feel like I would be making greater headway if I had somebody kind of pointing me in the right direction. Especially starting out as an entrepreneur, I speak with so many people who say, "I know I have that fire in the belly. I know in the direction that I want to head, but I don't know how to get there. Or there's a stumbling block or an obstacle. I just wish that I could." Interact with somebody who's been there before. And there are, as we talked about already, organizations that make themselves available to point you in the right direction. But sometimes it's as easy as finding a good coach, whether it's a life coach or a job coach or whatever you want to call them. Somebody who's walked in your shoes before and has been there and has worked with other people who have been in your position, who have gone on to achieve success. When, at some point in their life, maybe they thought, things seem pretty bleak. I'm not sure where I can go from here.
Yeah.
There is always some place to go, and sometimes it takes somebody else pointing you in that direction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so let's just say that here publicly, because I think people sometimes they miss that. Sometimes there can be maybe like a stigma to having a coach or hiring someone as if you should be able to do it on your own. Now, I talk with people and they go, "I should do it on my own." I go, "Okay, well, how long have you been in this place?" And it's like, "Well, probably 3 years." And it's like, you know what? You probably would have done it if you could do it on your own.
Right.
And I think the thing we want to communicate is there's no shame in that. It's very difficult. And this is kind of one of those things, those little myths that we kind of have to blow out of the water. It can feel like the entrepreneur's journey is just this solo man up against the winds by himself and just doing. And the reality is those are the very small percentage of cases. We need people in our life around us. I'm a big believer in the power of groups, or even if not groups, at least with a mentor or a coach. It's just too hard to do these things on our own sometimes. And so whether it means getting a coach, whether it means joining a group that's going to hold you accountable, the big thing I want to communicate, we can't do it alone. Don't think you should be able to do it alone. And if you can't, don't beat yourself up about that. It's just too difficult. I mean, even for the most persistent and tenacious of us, it's just very difficult to do by ourselves. And that's why so many people, they got this plan, and maybe this is you or us sometimes. We got the plan, we're reading the books, we're researching, but all within our little silo and nothing's happening. We've got to get out there. We have to now interact with other people. And so, I love hiring coaches or getting into groups for things that I know I need to get to because it just works.